All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated. SWR77 for short. So, quick update, and I mean quick update as we continue our series. By the way, a couple things on this update is we started a series on our YouTube channel. So I'm gonna leave the link to that here. So if you want to keep following our journey to the runoffs, we are on to episode 4 with this one. And then, basically after that, we're going to be mostly dropping the episodes over there on our YouTube channel. So if you want to follow along, see what's going on, basically it's the journey to get to the runoffs and how you can do it. There's several ways to do it. But this is my way, which is low budget racing, getting to the runoffs, right? And even in the low budget, it's still, it's not cheap, but cheaper for sure. There's several ways to go to the runoffs. This is definitely in the low end. So I'll share that in my YouTube channel. So subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get the updates. I'm not gonna be doing this on Facebook all the time, but I'm gonna keep dropping episodes on the YouTube channel, right? So check it out. And I'll leave the link for that. Okay, so all right, let's get to the update. So a couple things here, mostly runoffs, SCCA runoffs related, in our journey to the runoffs. So let's get to it. I've been busy, a little behind schedule right now because my real job is keeping me really busy. So I had a couple late nights this week trying to catch up, chipping away in the car because I need to finish with this car by tomorrow. So let's get to the update. All right, so there it is, Lorex 7, looking good as always. So we've made pretty good progress little by little this week. Again, I've been really busy with my day job, the one that pays the bills, but yeah, we're back here, baby. So today we're just gonna drop the transmission. Well, we'll put it back up. Yeah, ready to go with that. The tunnel work is all done and looking good. Seats back on, new seat belts are on. Here we go. Okay, got some Summit Racing. Yeah, Summit Racing new belts all the way good through 2027. So that's important, safety, right? So there we go, Summit Racing looking good. Got the battery back on. So yeah, just need to bring up the transmission and put it back on. Just put the rest of the components back on and put the rest of the components back on. Start the car, and the car is ready for testing next week. We're going to do some testing next week. Mainly just some rear end changes that we made. Also some front end changes that we made. And some carburetor changes that we made. Just kind of check it out. Besides that, everything has been fine. So we're not really testing anything else except, get more track time, right? Got the Hoosiers ready to go on the car. And here's a tranny. All right, so we're going to put this guy over there in the next couple hours, hopefully. Usually I'm better at it. So we got the new bell housing here, ready to go, looking good. No cracks, no nothing. Also went through the transmission. Everything looks good. Mark it up. Make sure I know which transmission I'm running here. Clean it up. So we're good to go. So we got this view here just for the journey to the runoffs. For the runoffs, so you gotta, again, the main message is you gotta bring 2 of everything. And I mean 2 of everything, from 2 transmissions, 2 engines, obviously a bunch of tires. Now, what you do with the tires depends on how competitive you want to be. But at the very least, in my opinion, you are going to be buying 1 new set of tires, right? For maybe your last quali and for the race. If you're not doing that, then, it's going to be hard to be competitive in the mid pack or even later, right? The front pack, those guys, they bring all new tires. We don't do that. We'll probably go with these guys to do the test days and also do our first quality session, and then we'll swap to new tires for the last quali and for the race, you know. Now, rain tires, you got to have that too. These are the ones I have from a couple years ago. I don't use them much. I know they're a little older, but, you know, again, you know, budget racing, right? So I got to, you know, they still got pretty good thread, right? So they're still looking pretty good. Not ideal, but again, you know, budget racing, right? So we'll take the ones that we have and hope it doesn't rain. But if it does, we still got a quality tire on. It's not going to be as new, but it's still good. All right, so onto the table, we got a world preview here. Got our new swag. Here's the new Star Wars Racing SWR77 race hat. Just got dropped this week. And we're going to have it available for sale at the Runoffs. Those of you who want to come by and get it. Only $100. That's right, only $100 get you this exclusive SWR77 hat. So you can promote us for free. Also, we purchase, you get a Summit Racing decal and also a Hoosier Racing driver patch. Okay? So get ready with your money. We'll be ready to sell you some hats, you know, all going towards some new tires. So more hats we sell, the more tires we can get. But yeah, looking good. This is the first drop. The next drop, actually, I made a mistake. This is supposed to be black and then red here, right? But this was my fault, but you know. So these are the sort of mistake hats. They're gonna be exclusive because, you know, this is the only run we're gonna make with these. Later after that, it's gonna be black and red. So you want to get into the action, all right? Only $100. First come, first serve basis. Look for me in the paddock. At the Runoffs, okay? Also, we got some new associate sponsors. Presidente Beer from Dominican Republic. But no, that's not true. I wish. But, you know, we got to keep cool while we're in the shop. So, there is the Loric 7. Looking good. So, like I said, yeah. So, Runoffs stuff. Again, preparation, right? So, we made some changes here. We're going to test that out in the next weekend, and that's part of it, testing, right? Make sure you test whatever little, you know, these are minor things. Again, I'm not making any major changes. After the race weekend, then we'll put our new brake rotors and everything here. I'm not gonna waste that in this particular weekend because we're gonna do another test where it's just purely test, just really driving the car, checking brakes, beating the brakes, all that kind of stuff, right? But that's something for Runoffs. I think that no matter if you're budget or not, you want to go in with, especially depending on the track, Road America, huge speeds, and you're going to braking hard. So new rotors, new pads, and bearings, you know, depending how old they are. But I'm going to go with new bearings. That's the kind of stuff you do have to spend money on, you know, because it's kind of like safety, sort of, right? Because there's a lot of heavy braking at Road America. So we're looking forward to that, but that's, you know, basically a quick update on Runoffs preparations. We'll get the tranny on, drive shaft, put these components back on, turn the car on just to bother the neighbors. And then, yeah, then this car's ready to go. Then we're bringing in Darth Maul. We got to do some work on the rear end Darth Maul for next weekend, which is the last thing on my update. So going back to next weekend, we're going to have SCCA at Homestead. We got registrations going up. I think it's mid-50s, almost getting to 60. So come on, guys. Looking good. But let's get the next 10, 15 more. All right, let's get this back well into the 70s, maybe the 80s. We still got a few more days for registration, so I'm gonna leave the link for that here as well. And sign up next week. Again, it's a SARC weekend, so if you want some SARC points, hello, you can get a win, maybe second place. Coming down to Homestead, okay? So that's what's going on here. Let's get to work. And you know how we say it. Stay healthy, stay safe. Star Wars Racing Incorporated.